Investigation. We'll touch on that in a few. And then we also got Aaron Rodgers right out of Green Bay. And this is interesting. As a Green Bay fan, and I was a Green Bay fan since my father. Brett Favre's another story in itself. I just want to let you guys know because this whole thing about he just won a couple times. It ain't happening in today's game. So I'm a little disappointed about. And then we also got some boxing. Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, which, I'm not really interested. To me, it's worse than Conor McGregor. Floyd Mayweather fight for like a year ago. It was like last year was COVID, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely worse because it's Logan Paul. Yeah, right. YouTuber. I can't say funny man because I don't like his content funny, but whatever. So the first thing I want to start with, man, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, let's get the boring stuff out of the way. How do you guys feel about that? When June 6th date, it's an exhibition match, obviously, because Logan Paul has, 3 fights in his entire career against Floyd Mayweather, is 49 or 50. How do you guys feel about this match and what it means to boxing?
It's a waste of time, honestly. Like, Logan Paul is going to be out. I really don't think he's a proper contender to go against Floyd Mayweather, such a seasoned fighter. And this is coming from a person who doesn't particularly like Floyd Mayweather. Honestly, I don't have a lot of respect for him as a person. And as a fighter, the last fight I saw him in, I started calling him a ballet dancer. And that was not because it wasn't exciting to watch. It was really just a lot of around the ring. Like, his footwork is amazing, and it keeps him from actually having a fight. The whole reason we're watching this match is to watch a fight. So I don't have a lot of respect for him. But against Logan Paul, I don't see us really even needing to, I don't see him really needing to even have that footwork because it's Logan Paul. Like, it's not going to be a real match for him, a real competition, or a real challenge. It's going to knock him out to the over.
No, I feel the same way. What about you? What do you think? I don't know what to think of that.
It seems like it's a mismatch when I see that because it's like, Floyd's a decorated boxer. He's an Olympian. He has all these accolades to his name. And with Logan, it's like, I respect, him putting in the work and wanting to be a boxer and all that. But I don't know what this whole angle is this about. I mean, if this is to make money or for publicity or just to, keep the names out there,
It's definitely money.
I mean, I kind of figured, it's just confusing when I see those two go at it with each other. It's and the size difference. I don't know how tall Floyd Mayweather is compared to Logan Paul. Between those two, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I really don't know what to make much of this fight. I mean, I don't until I actually see it and see what these guys got going on. That's when I could make my assumption of it. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, do any of you guys feel like the fight would be interesting at least?
No.
I'm still gonna watch it just cause.
You remember how back in the day Mike Tyson used to step in the ring, knock people out, and the fight would be over, and people would be angry because they spent money, they got outfits, they got tickets and everything together to go see a fight that lasted like 30 seconds. It's probably going to be that.
Yeah.
So much money spent for a fight that's not even going to last the night. Because, again, Floyd Mayweather, though I don't like him, he's like, I've never honestly ever vouched for Floyd Mayweather, but this is not about skill. It's honestly not a challenge whatsoever, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, Pat, I would say it's definitely about money, like Shay was talking about. Um, it is an exhibition match, so it doesn't really count against Floyd's professional record. And the thing is, it's like you can make more money doing these type of things now, right? Because you think about boxing, it's like the promoters are the ones who's really controlling the sport. So in a sense, this gives the athlete the ability to go ahead and make these matches, and people want to see this. And the guys who Logan Paul, who's a YouTuber, one of the things is that it's all about views and it's all about likes and it's all about your followers. That's currency in today's world, right? Like, comment, subscribe. That's what every YouTuber say at the end of their clips. So him getting knocked out or him putting up, I guess, a fight against Floyd Mayweather would be interesting enough to boom his viewership and anything else that he does afterwards. And he's getting a large payday.
But why do people want to see this is my question. I think people that actually respect the sport of boxing, why do they want to see it?
Yeah.
I mean, until we actually see it, it's like, that's when we can make an assessment. I feel
like they're planning something for this. Like you said, it doesn't even really go against Mayweather's record, because it's an exhibition match. So I feel like they're planning something purely for entertainment value that will make Logan Paul look like a better fighter than what he is. I feel like this is all a publicity stunt and a waste of time.
Yeah, I certainly feel that way. I mean, I would say I didn't watch the Conor McGregor fight. I did watch it at the, you could watch the fight on YouTube, like clips or whatever. So I did that. I mean, I'm not paying pay-per-view to watch Logan Paul fight a professional boxer, probably one of the, one of the greatest boxers of all time. I think it's a waste of my time. I could do something else on that Saturday or Sunday, whenever June 6th is. But yeah, it's not interesting to me. But I watched the highlights, but it definitely boosts up Logan Paul. That's for sure. So, I don't think there's any chance of him going in the fight and actually winning. I just don't think he's thinking that way. He's just thinking, like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna be doing that after this, after that bout. But let's move on to something else, because I mean, does any of you guys think there's a chance that Logan Paul, because he's okay?
I don't know. He's been boxing for what, a couple of years now. I don't know how long.
Logan Paul?
Yeah, Logan Paul.
No, he has like 3 bouts, man.
He has 3 bouts, so he has some. I mean, I guess he has some skill. But
he's one of those guys that just likes to do things for entertainment value. And like, I respect that, like, on a level, because I like to do that too. I will literally just go out and do a thing because I want to do it. Honestly, that's what Snoop Dogg does. He had a whole cooking show with Martha Stewart. For what? Like, you're Snoop Dogg. No. Like, he does, like, you just do things to do it because you have the money and the time the resources to do whatever you want to do. This is something Logan Paul is exploring, experiencing, having fun with, probably, like, enjoying it. But this is Floyd Mayweather's career. This is what he does for a living. This is who he is. It's versus some guy who just had the resources to be there.
So, okay, cool. So the next thing I want to talk about is the LeBron James tweet regarding the case in Columbus, Ohio, with Ma'Khia Bryant, who
now to an item,
another shooting, which of a black person, shit sucks and it's tiring. And LeBron James had a tweet where he showed his frustration, right? A lot of people saying he didn't educate himself on the situation prior to commenting. I know I've had diarrhea of the mouth on social media. I don't think this is the case. I just think this is, us being tired. And LeBron James, while I may not be a big fan of him as a athlete, because for me he's all anti-Kobe and I love everything Kobe, but he definitely does a great job on the the front of social justice issues, along with him, along with Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and several other guys in the league who spearhead this thing. But he did have a tweet, and the tweet basically was saying, "You're next," regarding a cop who shot Ma'Khia Bryant 4 times. And LeBron James had a tweet with a picture of the cop saying, "You're next." Now, a lot of people saying that he was wrong for doing this. He wasn't aware of the situation, and it was the wrong thing for him to do because he has such a huge platform. How do you guys feel about that situation?
I definitely.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, you should.
I definitely feel like, yes, he has a huge platform, but he's also human, and that's a lot of emotions to feel in one day. To see justice for one situation, but then another one unfold. That's a lot of things to feel in like just a span of 24 hours. And I'm sure, like, being able to see like justice actually happening and the people being held accountable for their actions. In that moment, he felt like, yes, another situation happened, but you'll get yours too. And like maybe he felt like, okay, the system, we're moving forward, we're doing better. And he was like hurt, angry, excited. It was a lot of things. And in the heat of the moment, he let the world know how he felt. But I think it's ridiculous that the police department wants to open an investigation against him for a Twitter post.
Tweet.
Because we literally have the right to free speech. And every day we hear things, we see things on social media that are a million times worse than what he said. And nobody's investigated for any of it.
We had a 4-year stint with a dude who we called the president.
Honestly.
So, it's like, it's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Shay, continue if you got any more things.
I'm just saying, like, people don't get investigated for Twitter posts. And then the only reason they want to investigate him is because they want to take the heat off of themselves. It's like, oh, he did something too, and we're not all bad and da da da. It's like, no, he tweeted, you murdered. There's a difference. Let's focus on the more important aspect here. But instead, they want to blow something out of proportion in hopes that it will distract from the real issue at hand, and that's the problem. So, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and again, another waste of time to investigate him for a tweet. In a country where we have a right to free speech.
I feel like what LeBron said was what countless other people said. I don't think he did anything that was wrong. Like I said, they always try to find LeBron and put something on him. Like they can't find anything on him. Like they can't find no scandal on him. From what I know,
Instagram models.
No, nothing. I mean, I've never known LeBron for as long. The amount of hate that he gets just for what he says and what he does is still beyond me. You got the LAPD, investigating for what? Like, I just don't know like what the issue is, what the problem is. Like I said, I think it's a waste of time. I think LeBron saying what he wanted to say was just what countless other people, said and stuff. It's just, what did he do that was wrong?
Whoa! So we got a tweet from OJ saying, "Wait for the facts." #LeBron James. This is the real. So I find that kind of funny.
If it don't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with what LeBron said. I think what LeBron said is what, from your sentiments, what you guys were talking about is what countless black people are feeling. You know what I mean? Prior to that, it was like we got justice for George Floyd, and then this shit happened. You know what I mean? And it's sickening, right? You would think, everybody's watching this case. Everybody's waiting for the verdict, right? Other cops are watching this. Like, hey, I may just be the next person who's accountable, just like Derek Chauvin, right? But it seems it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's with the whole Ma'Khia Bryant situation, it was like 4 shots. I think that's a bit excessive. I mean, I get, she had the knife, but if, let's say it's me, I carry a bit of rage at times in the past. And if I had a knife in my hand and I saw somebody, I heard somebody shoot in the air, you best to believe I'm stopping. I don't understand the need for 4 shots. You know, and they talk about police training, but these guys are able to de-escalate situation when the pigmentation is much lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about police training, it's about they don't have empathy for black people.
Yeah, I've definitely watched videos where I saw situations where they were able to de-escalate. Like I think the most recent video I saw, I think a white man either took a police officer's gun or had a weapon of his own, something like that, and he's running around pointing it at them, and they're like standing around like, sir, calm down, and they're trying to like take cover, and they're trying to figure out, they're actively processing the situation and figuring out how to de-escalate the situation. And you know, like their job entails, instead of, oh, I was scared so I shot 4 times. Like that's not your job. And I'm tired of this rhetoric where it's, I shot the black person because I was scared, but I de-escalated the white person because that's my job. That's literally what they do every time. And it's ridiculous how in one instance you can panic, and in another you're like, I know how to do my job. What kind of training goes on where that's the case? That doesn't make any sense. And I think it's time that they just call it what it is. It's racism within the system.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By far. I mean, one of the things, you know, people are talking about too, I see on social media, you know, she was 16, but she looked like a grown woman. And I'm like, yeah, listen. That's a dumb notion. That's a dumb notion.
I don't know what that has to do.
Yeah. My thing is, as a cop, you should have empathy for all people across the board, right? You understand, like I don't think they understand why we hate cops, right? Because the whole thing is like, well, there's some good cops. Well, the good cops ain't stopping the bad cops. So the good cops don't matter to me because you're a part of the boys club. And that's a problem to me. Right? You're not challenging the status quo. And I get it. It's tough and it can be scary to do so. And I get that, but you have to challenge the status quo. Just something you got to do. And LeBron James, in this case, challenged the status quo. When he was talking about you're next, he wasn't talking about, you know, the cop dying. He wasn't talking about him doing what he did to Ma'Khia Bryant. He was talking about, listen, Derek Chauvin got his, you're next, homie. Because you cops need to stop being reckless. You cops, when you go out there and you put your badge on and you put your gun in your holster, you have to have the same empathy across the board to do your job, right? You could have shot her in the leg. You could have shot her 1 time. 4, you could have shot in the air. To me, it's disgusting. And they don't do this with people, to white people. They actually do the training. They actually use their training when it comes to that. Come to white people. With black people, we're super predator. You know, we're a threat. We're bigger than we are. We look like I saw people justifying that she looked like a grown woman. I'm like, even if she's a grown woman, what justifies her getting shot 4 times? She had a knife in her hand. You could have shot her in the leg. You could have made a mistake and shot the girl that she was attacking with the knife. She was a moving target. You know what I'm saying? We're not thinking about that. But people out here are making excuses for the cop, and I don't get it. When LeBron James said that tweet, LeBron James should have never deleted that tweet. You know what I'm saying? I get why LeBron deleted the tweet. He should have never deleted the tweet. Because to me, it's ridiculous. Buddy, you should be next. Learn how to do your fucking job. Because if I don't know how to do my job, guess what? I get fired. Right? And the police are supposed to be the standard of protecting the community. That's your job, to serve and protect. Well, it looks like you're only serving and protecting yourself, and that's a problem to me. You're not protecting the community, and it's disgusting. So I agree with LeBron James. He should, listen, you should be next, homie. You should be next. Right? All right. So the next topic, I want to, before we get into it, we got a clip from Big Sherm. He couldn't be here today because, you know, that's how Big Sherm is. But he did give us. He did give us with a clip off of Solo Dolo episode 2, and make sure to check that out soon. It's regarding Aaron Rodgers and the Packers situation. And producer man, play that clip.
This freaking guy cannot be sitting here kicking the field goal during a championship playoff game. And this is what some people really fail to realize. This is not the regular season where, okay, we'll kick a field goal, we have the next. There's no next game if you lose. Let's be real. The coach had no nuts. He had no nuts. How do you not give Aaron Rodgers the ball on 4th down and let him try to win it? Then you can say, oh, he's a choke artist and all this stuff. But when he's not able to do what he do because the coach, apparently who's supposed to be this smart guru, kicks the field goal and trusts his goddamn defense who couldn't stop a freaking cold. Kevin King getting destroyed and ripped apart all over the place. You're going to put the game in the hands of the defense? Well, hell, Matt LaFleur, hell, Packers defense, stop running the mom and pop shop and get this man more help. Get him more help. Why is this so hard?
All right. So, you guys heard that. How do you feel about what Big Sherm had to say? And I'm definitely excited that he gifted us with this clip. How do you feel about the Aaron Rodgers and the Packers situation?
I feel Aaron Rodgers doesn't really owe anything to the Packers. I feel.
Hey guys, so I didn't know if you could hear that clip from Big Sherm. If you're having trouble hearing the clip, just make sure to go over to our YouTube channel, and you can watch the episode there as well right now. Okay, so from the gist of the clip, basically Sherm was just talking about the problematic issues in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. And this is all stemming from last year where Aaron Rodgers, the Packers drafted Aaron Rodgers, I guess, apparent successor in Jordan Love, who was the 3rd string quarterback last season, wasn't even the 2nd string quarterback. Rodgers knows a little bit about this. We're having to deal with this with Brett Favre, right? Difference this time between Brett Favre and Rodgers and Love is that the Packers, they went up in the draft to go get him, right? This is after Aaron Rodgers gets the Packers to the NFC Championship game. And for about 9-10 seasons, like the last 10 drafts for the Green Bay Packers, with Aaron Rodgers being their quarterback, the Green Bay only focus on defense. Now, we know Green Bay has had some great receivers, from Donald Driver to Greg Jennings to Randall Cobb, right now Devontae Adams, right? And I would say Green Bay does have a knack for developing wide receivers and tight ends, right? But Rodgers is 37 years old, right? The last 9 seasons, the last 9 seasons prior to the Jordan Love draft, you draft defense. I get it, but they're still horrible on that side of the ball. Got a little bit better, but they're still horrible on that side of the ball, right? Then instead of giving Rodgers a weapon, you draft his replacement. To me, that's the issue. Roger has tired. He's had enough. He wants outside of Green Bay, right? I would ask you guys, how are you feeling about this? Now, I'm a Green Bay fan, so this hurts a little bit, but I understand why Rodgers wants to go ahead and leave, especially after Tom Brady getting everything he wants in Tampa Bay. I understand Rodgers wants to leave, and Russell Wilson is kind of dealing with the same thing right now, right? He wanted Antonio Brown to go along with DK Metcalf, and I'm pretty sure Rodgers wanted Antonio Brown at some point too. But these general managers and these owners aren't listening. So how do you feel about the Rodgers and Packers situation?
I don't think Rodgers really owe anything to Green Bay. When he got drafted in 2005, I believe, 2006.
I can't tell you.
So he's been with.
I'm drinking Hennessy right now.
So he's been with the Green Bay Packers for roughly almost 15 years now. He's led them, I think, to a couple Super Bowls, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he went to 2 Super Bowls. He won one in 2011.
And countless other times where he's he's come back from the fourth quarter
Mm-hmm.
on numerous occasions. I feel he's done everything that he could for that franchise.
Yeah.
If he wants to leave, that's his issue. That's his prerogative.
Yeah.
He looks like he
Okay,
has
Bobby
things
Brown.
going. Yeah, he looks like he has things going on outside of football and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is like pretty good for him. I am not really mad at him if he could secure a bag without having to play football. That's a win.
Yeah.
Which
Listen.
he already can.
Yeah, he hosted Jeopardy, right?
Right.
That was and he said he kind of wants to do that full time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame him for wanting to do things outside of football because football is a rough sport. I mean, he's like 37 now.
He's 37.
Yeah, and I just like so him playing football at that level, at that high level, at his age is still remarkable. It's still impressive.
I mean, he just came off an MVP.
MVP, yeah, and
yeah.
I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, like in my lifetime.
Honestly, Green Bay is stupid right now. You have a prime quarterback that any team would be desperate to have, and this quarterback is saying, "I'm unhappy here. Like I want this, I want that," and he's not asking for much, but you aren't giving him what he wants. And then last year, you bring in another quarterback, like you're preparing for his retirement or his replacement because you didn't get the Super Bowl championship. Like, yes, Joe.
Yes, I just want to interject, fellas. It's the Green Bay Packers and Rodgers situation is like not listening to your girl.
Yeah,
and she wants the most simplistic thing in the world.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, they can be kind of stubborn. There's that too.
But the thing is, Green Bay, like, they're like, we hear you. We know you want these things, and we don't want to lose you. But we're also like struggling to give you what you want. Yeah. And I know you're not asking for much, but I'm still struggling to give you what you want, but I'm also not ready to drop you. So it's a very frustrating situation. And with Aaron Rodgers voicing, there are other things he could be doing. He could be hosting Jeopardy. He could start a sports show. He could literally secure his bag anywhere else, doing anything else. Yeah. He could go to another team. Like, he can do whatever he wants to do. And they're just like, you're my quarterback forever. I don't want to let you go, but like, I can't make you happy.
Yeah. That's what we call toxic relationship.
Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers are in a whole toxic relationship, and they need to get that together.
Listen, Denver sounds enticing. There's talks of Denver. There's talks of the Raiders. He's a Southern, I think he's a Southern Cal guy. So, maybe in the 49ers, but, I think they drafted Trey Lance, right? They just drafted Trey. I don't know. I didn't watch the draft. I'm sorry. I'm sports host, but I didn't watch it. But I think they got Trey.
Cool.
Lance.
You're drinking Hennessy.
I'm drinking Hennessy too. I know I posted some shit about not drinking Hennessy after the age of 30, but that's literally because that's the only thing I have in my house at the moment because I make Henny Coladas, which you guys should come by my place, Shay, Pat, and
the entire audience.
And the entire audience.
I'll take your word on that. I'll take your offer.
Penny Coladas.
I'll take your offer on that.
I got the balcony for cigars, but that's beyond the point. This Rodgers situation is bad. I agree with Pat. I agree with you. Say, he kind of did everything he could to the franchise, right? Got him to the NFC Championship game prior to last season. Won MVP. Has statistically had under double digits interceptions, season after season. This guy is rock solid. And the way the game is played now, quarterbacks last longer. I mean, look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady's 42, right? And to me, Rodgers has always been, from a talent standpoint, not from the winning standpoint. I don't think we'll ever see a guy win as much as Brady, right? Which adds to that cachet and that legacy of him. But Rodgers is the most talented quarterback I have ever seen in the history of the game. The guy who can usurp him is Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes may have to win a little bit more. I know Rodgers got the one Super Bowl, And right now they're tied for Super Bowls. But Rodgers, man, can literally carry a team. The difference between Rodgers and Pat Mahomes is that Pat Mahomes got weapons and Rodgers don't. So that would still make me put Rodgers over Pat Mahomes because, Kansas City Chief defense ain't that great, but it ain't that bad, right? They got Tyreek Hill. At one point, they had Sammy Watkins. They had that rookie from last year, Hilaire. You know what I mean? They got Travis Kelce. They got weapons. They not without weapons in Kansas City. But Aaron Rodgers, for the longest in Green Bay, I said, who the fuck is these other players besides Aaron Rodgers? And I'm pretty sure Rodgers heard the knock. He does pretty bad in the playoffs. His record isn't really great in the playoffs. But listen, football is the one sport that's really team sport. And the organization has done a disservice by not giving Rodgers the weapons to win more Super Bowls. I think he should have 2 or 3 Super Bowls. He's been to 2. Almost made a Super Bowl berth the year prior. I think it may be time to go. Where he want to go, listen, you've been in Green Bay for all these years. I may think that you want somewhere high. I know I'm 35. I ain't that much younger than Rodgers. In my bones, I need some heat. So I don't know how long I'm going to be in the Northeast, and I don't think he should be over there in that division, the NFC North, any longer. Get somewhere where it's warm. You see Tom Brady smiling. He just came off another Super Bowl. I think that Rodgers needs to follow suit, maybe get over there to the 49ers, maybe get over there to the Raiders. Not Denver so much unless you want to get high. But, I think it's time for Rodgers to go. And I don't think he owes the fans of Green Bay anything. And he definitely doesn't owe me because I've watched this dude kill for years. And I'm still going to watch Rodgers like I did when Favre went to Minnesota. But, any thoughts before we wrap the show, guys?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I want to thank Pat, and I want to thank Shay, and I want to thank Big Sherm for his clip. I want to thank producer intern for helping out, right? She does her thing just like producer man Lance do his thing. And listen, make sure, the viewers watching, hit us up on lbrstalk@gmail.com with questions, comments, even topics for the show, man. If there's something you want to hear us talk about, hit us up. Hit the email, and we'll definitely talk about it and then name drop because that's dope. Who don't want to hear their name drop on the show? You know what I'm saying? Make sure to check out the Facebook blog with Big Sherm. Does a really good job along with Q providing content in between episodes. And check us out on Instagram. Definitely follow us on Twitter and check out, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like Logan Paul would say, or every other YouTuber. But make sure to do so. I know next week is Mother's Day. So, I hope y'all preparing for that, right? Mother's Day is important, you know what I'm saying? But and it's 80 degrees outside, so nobody should call me for the rest of the day because I don't know nobody because it's nice outside. I'm about to go outside. I hope everybody else is doing that. And you guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you again, Shay. Thank you again, Pat. And that's another episode in the bag. Peace, guys.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
This has been a Gifted Sounds podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe, rate, and review. For more podcasts, please visit giftedsounds.com.